Hello students, welcome to my next class. So in previous class I've told you all the concepts of pair of linear equation in two variables. So now I'm starting the exercise 3.1. I'm putting question from NCERT as NCERT is the standard book from CBSE. Okay, so let's start with our question number 1. As you can see on the screen that I'm reading you the question, and the question is Aftab tells his daughter, what he tells his daughter, 7 years ago I was 7 times as old as you were then. Also 3 years from now I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. So we have to represent this situation algebraically and graphically. So let's start with our solution. So we have to, this is our chapter pair of linear equation in two variables. So we have to take two variables. So we take Aftab and his daughter. So let's assume the present age of Aftab is X year and present age of his daughter is Y year. So what is our first statement? Our first statement is that 7 years ago, what will be the age? What was the age of Aftab? X minus 7. And what is the age of his daughter 7 years ago is Y minus 7. So 7 years ago he is 7 times as old as his daughter. So this is the age of Aftab and he is 7 times as much older as his daughter. So we have to multiply 7 to his daughter's age to get Aftab's age. Okay, so now we will solve this equation and we will get our first equation. So let's solve this equation. X minus 7 is equals to 7y minus 49. Now we will put all these elements, all these in our left hand side. So what will we get? X minus 7 minus 7y plus 49 is equals to 0. As you solve this, you will get x minus 7y plus 42 is equals to 0. This is our first equation. Okay, as you can see 7 is in minus and 49 is in plus, so our 42 will be in plus. Okay, so now let's see the second condition. So what is our second condition? 3 years from now. 3 years from now means x plus 3 and his daughter's age will be y plus 3. He is saying that he will be 3 times as much as older as his daughter. Okay, so if we solve this equation we will get another equation. Okay, so let's solve this equation of this condition. So x plus 3 is equals to 3y plus 9. Now x plus 3 minus 3y minus 9 is equals to 0. So what will we get? X minus 3y minus 6 is equals to 0. This is our question number 2. So as you can see we got our both equations. So this is, we represent our question algebraically. Now we have to represent our question geometrically too. So now let's see how we represent these equation geometrically. Now as you can see we have equation number 1. So what we do with these equation, we have to put a chart for each of these equations where we have to write what we take the value of x and what will the value of y come. This is for equation number 1 and this is for equation number 2. Okay, so what is our equation number 1? X minus 7y plus 42 is equals to 0. So if we put the value of x 0, then what will be the value of y? Let's calculate. If we put x is equals to 0, then minus 7y is equals to minus 42 and x will be y will be minus 42 upon minus 7, that is 6. Okay, and now we will put the value of x 7. Now what will be the value of y? So if we put the value of x 7, then 42 plus 7 49, and if we take this to here, then it will become minus 49, and so y will become minus 49 divided by minus 7. So the value of y should also be 7. Okay, so we got our 2 points for our linear equation number 1. Now let's come to the equation number 2. What is our equation number 2? X minus 3y minus 6 is equals to 0. Now first we put x is equals to 0. So if we put x is equals to 0, what will we get? The 6, you can solve it here. X is equals to 0, then here minus 3y is equals to 6, and y is equals to 6 upon minus 3, that is minus 2. So if we put the value of x 0, what will be the value of y? Minus 2. And now we will put the value of x 6. Okay, if you are thinking from where I am putting the values, so you can put any value of x into these equation to get the value of y. Okay, so now if we put the value of x 6, then the value of y will be 0, because 6 minus 6 is equals to 0, then minus 3y is equals to 0. So from here we can say the value of y will be 0. Now we have to represent these points or these two lines with on graph. Okay, so let's plot these equation on graph. First we have to draw axis. It is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. So we plot the graph according to our points. So what is the maximum value of x is 7. So 0, 0. Now here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, you can also write down. Now what is the value of maximum value of y? Maximum value of y is 7. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and just write down the numbers. Okay, so y also have a value minus 2, so you also have to draw a point on negative side. This point will be minus 1, this point minus 2, this is minus 3 and this is minus 4. So now we will put our points into the graph. Okay, so let's start with our first point. What is our first point? 0, 6. The value of x is 0 and the value of y is 6. So this point will surely be on y-axis at 6. This is our point 0, 6. Now, what is our second point? It's 7, 7. The value of x is 7 and also the value of y is 7. So, where is our 7? Here we have our 7 and from we have to move upwards also. So, this is our point 7, 7. Okay. You have the graph, so you don't have to draw these lines, you directly have to show the point. Okay, so now let's come to our second equation. Okay, before this we draw our line. Okay, so what will be our line? If we join these 2 points, we get our first line. Okay, so okay, I'm not good at all in the art section, so just draw with the scale. Okay, so this is the equation of our first line, which is x minus 7y plus 42 is equals to 0. X minus 7y plus 42 is equals to 0. Okay, now let's come to the second equation. So what is the first point? 0 comma minus 2. So this point is surely on y-axis and it's right here. This point is 0 comma minus 2. And what is our second point? 6 comma 0. So the value of x is 6 and the value of y is 0. So this point will surely on x-axis. 6 comma 0. Now we have to join these points also to get our second equation of line. So this is the graph of our second equation, which is x minus 3y minus 6 is equals to 0. X minus 3y minus 6 is equals to 0. So if we have to find whether we have a unique solution or not, we can see directly here that the lines are not parallel at all. So we can see from here that if we compare a1 upon a2 with b1 upon b2, and these also are not equal. You can see that a1x plus b1y, a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0. These are the standard form of these equations. So we have to compare with standard forms. So what will we get? a1 is 1, b1 is minus 7, here a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equals to 0. So what will be the value of a2? The value of a2 is also 1 and the value of b2 is minus 3. So if we compare a1 upon a2 with b1 upon b2, what we will get? That 1 upon 1 and here minus 7 upon minus 3, which are not equal. So we can also say that these equations have a unique solution, but we don't have to draw the conclusion because we only have to represent the situation algebraically and graphically. So these are algebraic form and this is geometrical form. Okay, so this is our question number 1. Now I am moving to our question number 2.